Welcome back to another episode of Why It Works on What It Is. Today we're going to be delving into a relatively new series from an extremely established creator, and in the process check another box on our bald YouTuber coupon. Our focus today is a man of many names, but is most well known as the internet's busiest music nerd. That's right, we're going to be talking about Anthony Fantano and his series Let's Argue. Let's Argue is an audience-sourced YouTube show based around Anthony Fantano offering commentary and responses to his viewers' hot takes, unpopular opinions, and tough questions. Currently residing on his side channel Fantano, it's a new series only composed of about 23 episodes, all made within the past 7 months. Despite its apparent youth, it seems to have already proven itself as a successful series since it typically draws in around 500,000 views per episode. Due to our deconstruction guidelines, we're going to be breaking down the analysis of this series into the audio and visual design, personality, and effectiveness of concept, all in an attempt to explain why Let's Argue works. Beginning with the audio and visual design, Let's Argue has a rather easy and repeatable format. To create each episode, Anthony simply films himself in front of a green screen reacting to the responses of his audience in live time, and then edits it all together in post. It's in this editing that we see the most complex elements of the audio and visual design. Because of the green screen, the introduction to Let's Argue is usually a humorous edited bit. Here are a few examples. Let's argue! These comedic introductions are also paired with a number of consistent elements, such as Anthony saying "Let's argue" as the title appears, and the repetition of the tweeted premise, which has a number of slight variations but always focuses around asking for
some hot takes, unpopular opinions, and tough questions.
Additionally, the general framing of the shot is a part of his established style of filming, as almost every one of Anthony's videos includes him sitting slightly off-center with the shot portraying the middle of his torso to head. The importance of repetition here is something mentioned profusely in almost every episode of Why It Works, and despite my redundancy, I'll continue to mention it as it's incredibly important. By repeating the general format of the introduction and just the overall style of his videos, Anthony's able to create a consistent brand for Let's Argue and his general internet presence. Viewers are more likely to trust and watch his content if it's consistent, and it's also a lot easier for him to recreate once he's found something that works. Another aspect of this audio and visual design is the edited bits that are spread throughout the videos. The style of editing used on these bits is reminiscent of videos from his deleted channel, That Is The Plan, as he usually distorts the audio or adds visual effects to enhance whatever reaction or joke he's going for. The last element of this design is quite simple, as it's just the fact that he uses his green screen to display relevant images with the tweets he comments on. This adds another level of entertainment to the videos, as well as a visual cue for the audience to associate with whatever he's talking about. With this rather uncomplicated audio and visual design, Anthony is able to create entertaining, informative, and easily replicable episodes. However, the series wouldn't be the same without the personality of Whatitis Tano himself. As stated before, Anthony Fantano is a self-proclaimed and somewhat verified internet's busiest music nerd. Anthony has been releasing video reviews since 2009, but been involved in music as a career as early as the mid-2000s. He currently boasts close to 2 million combined subscribers on his 2 active channels, as well as a collective 400 million views. Over his decade-long career, Anthony has slowly built a reputation as an incredibly well-versed and articulate music critic. Because of this, his opinion has skyrocketed in the weight it carries online. Let's Argue is a rather new addition to his body of work, and it seems to heavily rely on the established clout of his internet personality, which makes sense, as most people would not watch a video of some random person giving their input on different controversial music-related questions. With this being said, it's quite clear that this series' success is tied to his persona. People are genuinely interested in hearing the opinions and thoughts of Anthony, something already evident from his massive following. And Let's Argue just offers a mode for this personality to be digested in a more bite-sized manner. In a way, it even allows Anthony to show more of this personality. First off, because Anthony is selecting the tweets to react to, we get an idea of the kinds of opinions and questions he's actually interested in talking about. Second, Anthony gives more raw and cursory opinions, as he seems to film his immediate response to the audience's answers, which differs from some of the more premeditated opinions and reviews that he usually releases. Lastly, Let's Argue often includes pretty tough questions, so Anthony will occasionally delve into some of his personal beliefs and give more complex, focused answers to music-related issues, something quite similar to the other videos released on Fantano, but incredibly different from his typical reviews where he only really focuses on the music. Another aspect of personality that Let's Argue relies on is Anthony's sense of humor. As discussed in the audio and visual section, the series is riddled with small bits that are great examples of his comedic skills. Instances like these,
"Oh, I don't get enough respect in the industry. I'm the best. I'm one of the greatest. I'm so talented." Except LCD Sound System was also kind of a part of the same scene, and they're better! Your tiny moving parts review wasn't good. More like the album wasn't good.
aid in making the episodes more enjoyable, and offer rather absurd representations of his reactions to different replies. Again, these bits are also very similar to those present on his deleted channel That Is the Plan, which, on a side note, included some pretty groundbreaking series and videos addressing internet culture, and more specifically meme culture.
And people who just don't seem to know how memes work and comment on memes and use memes with complete ignorance toward meme culture.
With this variety of points, I think it's apparent that Let's Argue's success is reliant on the personality of this busy music nerd. Still, there are more aspects to this success, and I'll attempt to merge some of them together with some final comments on the effectiveness of the concept. First off, Let's Argue's concept is not a complete innovation within the field of online content. In fact, the underlying premise shares quite a few similarities with series such as YIAY, which we've also deconstructed and will be linked in the description below. Essentially, part of the concept is founded on an encouragement of audience interaction. Anthony incentivizes his audience to provide content for the videos by giving them a chance to be featured and have the idea they put forth responded to. This also helps Anthony's online presence as a whole, since people wanting to participate in the videos will follow him, also likely favoriting and retweeting him, exposing his content to even wider audiences. In short, the interactivity of this series is a huge plus to the growth and reach of his online brand. Building on this, the type of audience interaction the series fosters is unique. Because it focuses on gathering the controversial and unpopular music opinions of the internet, which are usually relevant to whatever is happening when Anthony tweets, he's able to make videos on things people want to see, which is basically just controversy, something we've definitely never attempted to do. This is also what allows Anthony to have such clickbait-esque and trending topic titles for each episode, which is something that might belong in the audio and visual design section, but we'll keep here because I'm lazy. Moving on, another important note on this type of audience interaction is that it simulates a sort of debate. Instead of Anthony's typical critique or review video where he eloquently informs the audience of his views, we get more of a premise and educated response. This takes the process of commentary and opinion sharing a step farther, as the audience now gets two opinions on a matter, and occasionally, when Anthony displays the replies to interesting tweets, 3 or more takes on the issue. Another small benefit of this concept is that it's easily malleable, which makes topic-specific episodes and alternate versions of Let's Argue simple to create. This is represented by Anthony's second episode focusing specifically on K-pop, and his more recent video entitled Let's Agree. The last major idea I'll share regarding the concept's effectiveness is that the series acts as a way for Anthony to provide the audience with a more rounded view of his opinions and how he forms them. By giving a glimpse at his immediate reactions and responses to different topics, No! The audience gains a much clearer picture of who he is as a person and where he stands on a variety of topics. Compare this to, say, a random writer for Pitchfork, where the only real understanding of that person's opinion-making process comes from their other reviews or maybe their social media, and odds are you'll prefer Anthony's reviews. With this final point, I hope to impart the idea that the series Let's Argue and some other topic-specific videos on Fantano offer a far deeper understanding of Anthony as a critic. I think this is part of what makes him a true information age innovator in the field of music reviews. Hopefully, this collection of notes on the effectiveness of concept have given a bit more insight on why this series has proven to be so successful. Ultimately, due to the complex nature of success, this deconstruction is likely just scratching the surface of the many factors that play into the prosperity of Let's Argue. Still, this video should have provided a general idea of why Let's Argue works. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Why It Works on What It Is. Leave a comment if you thought we left anything out, or if you have a suggestion for a series or type of content you want us to analyze in the future. If you like, subscribe, and follow our Instagram and Twitter, we will complete the Bald YouTubers coupon.